So, hello, my name is Maya El Khalil. I'm a curator, and I'm actually co-curating the Saudi pavilion at the Venice Biennale this year. Thank you for Le Grand Tour for having us today for this interview. Basically, what Manal is presenting, it's very much a development of her works. Manal has been working extensively in a participatory practice with women from Saudi Arabia. These are spaces that have always inspired Manal. That have also, this is where she drew her a number of her support also from her women community. The title of this work is Shifting Sounds, a battle song, and it is primarily a response to the way that Saudi women have been portrayed and continue to be portrayed in international media, international printed media, but not exclusively international, also regional and local. What Manal is asking women from Saudi Arabia in a series of workshops across the kingdom is to respond to the way they're being portrayed, and to respond to that constant marginalization, that constant narrative that seeks almost in a way of othering them, of marginalizing them, of stereotyping them, and bringing that allowing Saudi women to have ownership over their own voice and over their own story. The work unfolds over many levels. You have a sonicscape that's quite enveloping, that you feel when you walk into the space. There's also a series of soft sculptures, which what Manal calls a desert rose. But desert rose is a common word for a rock formation that happens in the desert of Saudi Arabia, actually in the desert close to Manal hometown. It happens under very extreme harsh conditions when you have a heavy rain that is followed by intense dryness, and this is how the rock crystallizes. And for her, it represents very much her community of women. Not the way that normally women are described as fragile roses or flowers, but more these crystalline rocks that form out of harshness. There's also one more additional layer, is that what you hear now, these are the singing dunes. And Saudi Arabia has one of the loudest singing dunes. And Manal went into the desert to try to record that sound. And it happens when there is really contact, when there's contact and it creates movement from within the dunes, almost like a void and shifting of sands that create that sound. It was very difficult for Manal to record it, but she was very lucky to be able to. So she brought that sound to her workshops, having women with the headphones on and almost like reacting to the rhythm, to the hymn, almost humming with the sound, with the rhythm of the dunes, of the land, in a metaphor of transition, a metaphor of transformation. But also reading these women, reading these titles from these printed material describing them and asking them whether these represent them and how they feel and how they react to that. And the way that the women reacted is in enacting drawings and enacting and writing texts. And that Manal took these texts and the drawing and actually inscribed them in some of the inside petals of the two desert roses that are on the inside. The two desert roses that are inside, you see that they breathe, they're flexible, they move, and they're very legible, and they show the voices of these women. Whereas the desert roses that are behind me, you see there's a plethora of titles. These are titles taken from these media that have portrayed Saudi women, but they are inscribed printed one over the other, almost making them invisible, inscrutable, as if the artist is taking away the power of these words, and giving and allowing the power of the women their own voice to surface.